Hello and welcome to 2 by Tuesday. I'm your host, Leanne Hughes. Today's question is, how do you reduce the risk of being ghosted in your business, not in your relationship? This is not dating advice. We all know what ghosting is, where you might reach out to someone and we want to build our business and grow, and we're really excited by the prospect of what we're offering, but we don't hear back from anyone. Why is that? Now, the overarching law of this is much like Stephen Covey's circle of control and influence. We absolutely cannot control what someone else will do. However, we can influence. Before I start mapping this out, I just want to share that I have ghosted people, and a lot of the time it's not personal. I'm inundated by lots of different inbound queries. I read something and in the moment I forget to respond, or I think that I have, and I know it's 3-4 weeks or even months down the track, I wake up one day and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't respond to this person. So when we think about our relationships and managing that, one thing we should take into consideration is that it isn't personal and the magic is in the follow-up. So let's look at these two axes for today. On the y-axis, it's really about value. Up the top here, are you offering value? And down the bottom, are you expecting value? On the x-axis, we're looking at your relationship status with this person. On the right here, are you known to them or are you unknown? So known would be, yes, there's been maybe a conversation somewhere, or you've messaged, or in some way you've built up trust and connection, right? That is known in this example. Unknown is completely foreign. They wouldn't know you if they walked past you on the street. All right, we're going to start here on the top left. You're offering value, but you're unknown to this person. And so what that means is sometimes when you offer value and you don't know this person, it could miss the mark sometimes. It could be irrelevant because you don't know them. And often on LinkedIn, I'll get lots of unsolicited messages, and I'm sure you might get the same. And they're offering me things. It's like, hey, I offer this as a service to other people, so why would I want this off you? Or it's like so not in line with what I offer. They haven't even looked at my LinkedIn profile or anything to assess, like, is this even relevant for me? I think though, from our perspective, a lot of the time we are offering value to someone that will absolutely help them out, or a course or a program. And we know that in the hands of this person, they would absolutely benefit. Still, it's really hard because we're an unknown quantity. There's no trust there. I'm calling this the cold call, and I'm not a fan of the cold call. I'm not a fan of receiving them. I'm not a fan of doing them. I do know people that are actually really good at them, and they overcome the unknown quality factor by personalizing their reach out. So it is possible. I don't know, if you want to reduce the risk of being ghosted though, you probably want to get to know a person first, or at least engage in dialogue before moving on. So the opposite of that then is the bottom right quadrant. We've got the cold call top left. I'm calling this the warm call. You know this person, but you might be wanting something from them. And that's okay. It really depends on how the relationship is going. Now, when we're asking for referrals in our business, I think this is an example of a warm call. We've already developed trust. We've done a really great job. And so we're asking just for something else. Sometimes when I've been ghosted on the warm call, like the warm reach out, is when I haven't really offered anything of value, and I'm not even asking for anything. I've just been in this ambivalent space where I'm like, oh, just checking in to see how you're going. So I think either do one of the things, like ask for something specific when you reach out, or offer them something specific. Hey, I'm working with 3 of my clients on this new thing. Would you like to hear more about it? That's an example, right? So just be more specific in your outreach. Bottom left, I'm actually thinking you're forgettable. And this is what I really do mean by people that are just reaching out to you on LinkedIn and going, hey, check out my services. And it's all about them and what they're offering and what they're expecting from us. I'm even trying to draw examples of where this has happened, but it's been so forgettable. I think you'll know what I mean though. You don't know them. It's not even relevant. They want something from you and you're like, who the heck is this person? By the way, this doesn't only apply for business. This also works internally as well. I think I've said on a previous 2 by Tuesday, getting an email from someone I didn't know about a report that was due the next day. And I was like, who the heck are you? So A, they weren't known to me, and B, they just wanted something from me. And it was initiated one way through email. It wasn't through a phone call to even develop a bit of rapport. So forgettable. Then the top right is where we want to be, really, to reduce the risk of getting ghosted. I'm calling this, rather than unstoppable, I'm calling it unghostable. This is when you're known to someone and you're actually offering them something to help them out. One idea could be just connecting 2 people, like just going, hey, I think you're doing this, and I know this person that they're interested in that, or they're on the same path to you. I think you two should really meet. Like, that is offering value. Just sharing something interesting, thinking about them, rather than doing what I did in the warm call, which is like, hey, just checking in, actually adding some context to that. Hey, I was on a run this morning. I was listening to a podcast about this. It reminded me of the time that we ... right? So that little bit of adding personalization, about thinking of them. I think that is adding value as well. That just doesn't take too much effort, really, to move something from a warm call to put a little bit of more effort in to make it unghostable. And really, unghostable reminds me of that Wayne Dyer book. It's called It's Never Crowded Along the Extra Mile. So just going that extra step upon personalization. The other day, I was looking at conferences to speak at in 2023, and I noticed all these conferences related to a specific industry. And I thought, oh gosh, my client, he should really get out there and start speaking at these. So it was my own research, but then I ended up sending him a couple of call to speak applications. That's it for today's 2 by Tuesday, just to get you thinking around what are some strategies and things that you can do so that you are unghostable. Now, my next and the final booked out program cohort is launching at the beginning of September, and I'll be calling this cohort the Booked Out Unghostables. So if you're keen to be part of that, head on over to bookedoutfacilitator.com for more information. I'll be running a webinar about this, deep diving into unghostable strategies to build your business. bookedoutfacilitator.com. Thanks, chat to you next time.